Hello, hello. We are back. We heard you like turtles, so we brought you another turtles run. We have TMNT 4, run by DarkAlexandr. I'll let him introduce himself and his commentators, and then we can get the run started after that.
Hey, what's up, friends? Super excited to be here, bringing Turtles in Time back to the GDQ stage. I'm DarkAlexandr. It's a very fast-paced, action-heavy game, so I brought two all-star commentators with me. We got Sinister One and Mike Uyama on the couch here. Go ahead and shout them out, guys.
That's very nice of you. You know, cowabunga in true Turtles fashion.
Absolutely.
Cowabunga indeed.
And there's been, a couple of improvements to this run since I've run it. I'll say this: if you get a 23-30, I just might have to ban you from speedrunning. I think that's the CGDQ rule. If you can't beat my CGDQ times, you get banned from speedrunning.
All right. Well, I want to keep speedrunning, so we're going to try to put on a good show for everybody.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Give me a countdown.
All right, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Oh wait, are you ready, DarkAlexandr?
Yeah, we can go ahead and count that down.
Okay, I just want to make sure you're on the actual select screen before I count you down.
Go for it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. It looks like you already went.
Yeah.
Go. Okay.
Started late. Sorry.
The timer started. It's fine.
It's all good.
The timer's actually a little bit ahead. We actually start timing when you first hit the screen. So, DarkAlexandr is an excellent runner of this game. He is one of the very few people that actually have a 17-minute time in this game. That's how far things have come since back in Uyama's day of running it. But
the record back when I ran it was a 22:31.
Yes, and so Mike actually had a really excellent run because he came within basically a minute of his time, and you'll notice that there's a lot of special moves in this game. DarkAlexandr is going to be utilizing all of them. The movement is very, very fast-paced, and that flying kick is enough to kill the purple foot soldiers, and the special move also, which is just kind of like a roundhouse kick, is good for that as well. But yeah, why don't you talk about how much tech there is in this game in terms of movement? There's quite a bit.
Yeah, so there's a lot of movement tech. He's using the flip tackle a lot because that is a tackle that does double the damage of your normal tackle. And now we need to talk about Baxter. So basically, Baxter has these hit point thresholds. Basically, he wants to get these chops that double hit him. Even though Raph is the most powerful character overall, his chop is the weakest out of the turtles. So he has a little bit of more trouble with Baxter than some of the other characters. And what he wants to do optimally is that he wants Baxter to drop down, and so he can kill Baxter when he's on the ground, and then get the quickest explosion out of him. Unfortunately, that wasn't able to happen. The problem with Baxter is that you either get a very good time or you get a very bad time, because if you miss even one chop, that pretty much screws up your entire pattern. And don't worry, DarkAlexandr, I also screwed up Baxter in my old siege run. so you're in good company here.
It's tradition, okay? It has to happen.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's really no backup for Baxter either. He's pretty much just, you get it or you don't, So
you notice you can skip enemies in this game as well. Sometimes DarkAlexandr is moving so fast that he'll actually just scroll the enemies right off the screen. That's one of the best things about this beat 'em up. Most beat 'em ups, you have to fight generally every enemy that spawns, but in this one, that is not the case. So it's very good for speedrunning. And in case you guys were wondering, Raph is not only the strongest character, he's also the fastest. So he's pretty OP, and that's why he's used for all the speedruns.
He is a glass cannon, but if you know where all the foot soldiers are and you know your moveset well, then the cannon part comes out a lot more than the glass part.
Agreed. I mean, there are a few enemies that control you a bit, but for the most part, the enemies are going to spawn in the same place. The only variance is they can sometimes come out like jump kicking versus walking versus running. Like that can vary, but ultimately,
and most of the time, even that's usually a positioning thing.
Yes. I would agree. So here's our second boss. This is Metalhead. And you can see that special just really takes care of it very, very quickly.
Yeah, so the only difference between that strategy and the CGDQ strategy was that he pushes Metalhead to the right, so he has slightly less time to jump over once he starts the laser pattern, which is also a hit point threshold, and he tries to end the stages on as little health as possible to minimize the health countdown in between stages.
So in this stage, we're going to have Don join in, and you're probably wondering, oh, is this just for fun because it's an auto-scroller? Actually, no. This is going to set up a wrong warp in the next stage, and in order to do that, you need to have both turtles. So we're going to bring Don on board, but we don't want him to stick around for the rest of the run. We just want to use him for the wrong warp and then unceremoniously get rid of him. But DarkAlexandr is going to kill him off a bunch of times here, but then he will get to at least help in the boss fight, so he has some use. But the way the wrong warp works is that there is only one enemy in the game, which is a mouser, that can target both of the turtles simultaneously. And if both turtles are being targeted simultaneously by a mouser, which is going to happen in the next stage, if you start your hit animation, your normal attack animation, there's a kind of a warm-up period where there's no hitbox for your weapon yet. And during that period, the game gets very confused if the mouser is attacking two turtles and there's no hitbox. So the game decides, well, you know what? I don't really know what to do right now. I'm just going to send you to the end of the stage. So that's pretty much how it works. And you can see now that DarkAlexandr has taken Don down to 0 lives. So he'll be able to get rid of him pretty quickly afterwards. But it is a tricky setup. So it is only a 4-frame window to do the attack necessary for the wrong warp. So you really got to be careful setting it up, and you have to hit it. It's pretty tough to do, but for now we have Rat King.
Yeah, and one bonus about having both turtles for the stage is that you can have them both use specials, which makes the Rat King fight a couple hits faster.
Indeed. Yeah, that was a nice quick fight there.
We'll be giving a bit of serious time now.
Yeah, time to get into the Technodrome. So he's going to have to just do a couple screens, and then it'll be time to set up the wrong warp. As soon as the mousers come out, that's when he wants to set it up. And you can do it on either the left side or the right side of the screens, just whatever he's going to feel is best for right now. So take out some early enemies here. And this stage is actually, it's funny because this stage is not in the arcade version, which this game is adapted from. So there is no wrong warp in the arcade version of the game, unfortunately, that we know of anyway. All right, here we go. Here come the Mousers, guys. Let's wish DarkAlexandr good luck. Oh, first try. Okay, now he's going to try to get the elevator skip.
Nailed it.
And he got the elevator skip. So what happens is if he does that attack with Don, it's a 2-frame window that he has to do that attack with Don in the elevator. Now he's going to fight Shredder straight away. If he did not get that attack, it would have done a cutscene where it takes you back to the beginning of the stage, and then it takes you back to Shredder. So that saves 14 additional seconds on top of wrong warping through the entire stage. So that was absolutely tremendous job by DarkAlexandr.
That was really good.
That is saving a huge amount of time over what normal run, because this is a pretty long stage. So I think doing all that saves like close to 2 minutes if you do everything correctly, which he did. So that was a really nice job.
Yeah, it's either that Technodrome or Starbase, which are the longest stages. And so yeah, that's the big improvement over CGDQ. There's definitely a lot of other improvements. That's like the big trick in the game.
That is the big one, yeah. All the other stuff is small.
Is that if you're doing a 2-player run, you still want Don to die off, but because of the way the player slots work, you can have 2 Raphaels. Because what's better than 1 Raphael? 2 Raphaels.
Exactly.
And it makes co-op a much more fun category because it doesn't feel like you're playing a third-wheel character who's just slowing down Raphael.
Very true. Yeah, back when Mike and I ran this co-op in GDQ, we did not know about that, so we were stuck. I think you got stuck with like Mike or somebody.
Yeah, I was playing
as Raph, and
I promised to play the non-Raph turtle just for you.
Right, so that I could have a chance of knowing what I was doing, because you were just much more experienced in playing all the turtles, because you had run those in some other events. As a donation incentive, you had to be prepared to play as anyone. So So this stage, Prehistoric Turtlesaurus, is definitely a very dangerous stage. It's very complicated. There's a lot of enemy spawns that are going to happen soon. Dealing with these stone warriors, they are very, very tricky, so nice job there by DarkAlexandr to take care of them quickly.
And so generally, you use the slam throw to take out multiple enemies, because the slam throw will insta-kill any foot soldier that it hits.
And this is the bomb pizza. That makes you invincible, and you're able to have a pretty wide range to kill enemies. There's a couple of those throughout the game.
And the reason why he jumps at the end is because it extends the timer on the bomb pizza, which is actually important on a couple of screens where you want to clear out as many enemies as possible.
Getting that pizza right on time. Yeah, just 1 HP left there.
Those pink foot soldiers that look like they have the mirrors, those are actually shields. And you have to use an attack that's unblockable. So that's a slide tackle, a special, or a shoulder charge.
And speaking of unblockable, he's going to stand behind Slash because you can get in a hit immediately as soon as the fight starts, and then you can take Slash out before he gets a chance to go wild.
Yeah, so Slash is one of those fights that's like really hard for the casual player and very easy for experienced players because you're just a big cheater and you hit him in the back.
I mean, thank goodness they had him spawn there and not
Yeah,
like
exactly.
one tile over, right? And you just couldn't.
Exactly.
Then you'd just be, you'd be out of luck.
Yeah, and there is a slight improvement over the old strat that was used. Instead of just shoulder tackling Slash, he does the shoulder tackle and then the kick, and the kick does slightly more damage, so you need one less hit against Slash.
Yeah, I would say most of the improvements that have come out over the years have to do with some additional enemy skips and minimizing the amount of times that you have to do slam throws. Slam throws are like very effective, but they're very slow also.
Yes, and you have to wait not only for the slam throw to complete, but for the foot soldier to explode.
Yes.
One of the good things about the screen throw that he's doing from time to time is that it instantly clears the foot soldier, so it means the next wave of enemies will appear instantly. Ooh, wow, nice handling of the Stone Warriors, or as the credits calls them, Stone Warriors.
Yeah. Oh, they get worried when they see Raph, all right.
Yeah, exactly.
They know what's about to happen.
And it does save a little bit of time to clear out all the bow and arrow foot soldiers as quickly as possible.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to wait around for them. So these yellow enemies are very, very tricky. DarkAlexandr got a nice grouping there. He was able to take both of them out pretty quick before they could get wild, but they'll definitely own you if you don't take care of them immediately.
Yeah, because they throw boomerangs, so you have to be really careful dealing with the weapons if they're allowed to throw them. So Rocksteady and Bebop, you only have to kill one of them, and then the other one will beat him up.
And very nice execution. That's actually a new strat there, in which you use a flip tackle and you're able to end on 1 HP, which is the fastest countdown, which Mike mentioned earlier. So really nice job on that. That's a cool boss strat.
I think it saves about half a second, but you got to throw a little extra swag in there when you can.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, there's a lot of new tricks in the boss fights. The boss fights, you would think they're all pretty straightforward just because of how overpowered Raph is and how quickly he can dispose of them, but there have been small improvements that have been found over the years. Pretty neat.
There's a lot of little tech here and there in the game. And one interesting thing about the slam throw is that if you hit the foot soldiers, I think in increments of 8 hit points, that means you get 1 less slam per throw. So you can use that to make your slam throws as efficient as possible, as he's been doing throughout this run.
Truth. All right, here come some more Stone Warriors. And nice throw there.
So what's interesting about the throw is that the throw itself doesn't do a lot of damage, but if it connects with other Stone Warriors, it does a lot of damage.
Yeah, it wrecks them. And you're going to see that again because there's going to be another couple sets of Stone Warriors coming up. But thankfully there's a box of TNT that you can ignite to kill 1 set of them. So he's going to take out the first set here. And then after that, he's just going to go ahead and ignite the TNT. Boom, and you can skip these guys. And there is a new strat on this fight as well to keep Leatherhead toward the top of the screen. I'm not sure.
I don't know how to do it yet, though.
Okay, well, don't worry about it, guys. It's not a huge time save. It just makes it so he doesn't go. See, notice how he keeps going lower on the screen. So his death animation takes a little bit longer the lower he goes. Now, see, he's taking a long time to go off, but yeah, that's a newer strat as well. So
nice improvisation. On
yes. Yeah, good stuff.
It requires some really tricky turnarounds on the side. You gotta kind of kick them away from the edge of the screen and then back towards the edge of the screen. So the window on it's pretty tight.
And
okay.
Even though I think Stage 7, the train stage, has the best music in the game, this song is also really nice.
Yeah. This game just has an excellent soundtrack overall, and you'll notice he's not killing any enemies. It actually wastes time to kill enemies in bonus stages because you get a countdown of how many enemies you've killed, and that just wastes frames. So
I think the difference between killing all the enemies and killing none of them is around 3 seconds.
So pretty substantial.
And even though it's boring, you got to save those frames.
Oh yeah, you need to save them. I mean,
actually, I remember during my AGDQ run, I was just messing around and killing all the foot soldiers.
Probably wasn't even a donation incentive, and you did it.
No, there were like maybe 3 of them in AGDQ, and that was not one of them.
And those question marks are just pizzas, but you can see DarkAlexandr already has full health. He is going to probably take well, I don't know. Are you doing an intentional death on the boss?
Yes.
Okay, you are going to do that strat. So there is an intentional death that will save some time because you get all your health back. It does cost you 3 health every time you want to use your special attack. So you can use 5 special attacks because you have 15 health. So you want to use 5 of them, take a death, 5 more. Yeah. It's the fastest way to kill Super Krang.
It's kind of interesting because like each of those health bars is actually like a different number according to which turtle you're playing. So Raphael has the lowest health at 48. Michelangelo has the highest health at 96, which is why if you play like a higher health turtle like Leonardo or Michelangelo, it'll only take 2 bars of health when they use their specials. However, they have pretty not so great specials, so that doesn't really make them worth playing in a speed run.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, here comes the intentional death, and now it's just going to be special to the face. Very nice kill. Killed him on the left side, which is where you want to kill him because he goes off screen. So if you kill him on the right side, he'll go all the way across the screen before he dies.
Yeah.
So nicely done there.
Is that the fastest strat?
That is the
currently,
fastest strat.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Before the problem was he was being killed on the right side. And that's why it was
okay.
not faster. But now they've just figured out, you just got to kill him on the left side.
Okay.
That's all it is. So, all right. You got plenty of time here, DarkAlexandr. This Starbase is the hardest level. But I think you can still.
Starbase.
Oh yeah, it all comes down to Starbase. I think you can still cut that 2330. There's a chance.
There's a chance. There's a chance. Unless you have like a 6 or 7 minute Starbase, I think you're okay.
Well, we haven't gotten to Krang. Anything is possible.
That's true. That's true.
A 20-round Krang.
Krang is the most random boss in the game.
Yeah.
So
most of the bosses have either no RNG or very little RNG. Krang is the big exception.
Yeah, he is the huge exception. And there are some strats that you can do that can minimize the RNG, so we'll see what DarkAlexandr elects to go for. But if you use flip tackles, those deal more damage. They're a little bit slower, but they ensure that you can get a 4-round kill if you're able to hit them with enough flip tackles. So nice job there on the yellow foot soldiers. They didn't cause too much trouble.
And the reason why, we have the phrase "it all comes down to Starbase" is because it's a very long stage with a lot of, precise strategies that you have to pull off. And it's just, very, very easy if, one part goes off the rails and the entire stage can go off the rails.
Yeah, this game you really have to be able to improv well because things will eventually go wrong. Like,
yes,
you definitely have a very solid plan of what you want to do, but the game will get you at some point. So
exactly.
DarkAlexandr's been doing a great job of improving when he needs to so far, and he's just got a few more enemies before he gets to the boss, and hopefully he's going to be able to there's a slam throw coming up which should kill 5 dangerous enemies if he can get it set up here. And that looks good. Yes, got all 5. And now he's back in business because he got his pizza. Just got a few more stone warriors that are going to come out. One of them he can just hit once and he'll go away.
Yep.
The other
All
guy
right, what's
sticks
he
around.
got?
Let's see it. Come on,
Let's
Krang.
see.
All right, so you notice he uses the invincibility to set up the flip tackles. Nice job.
Yeah. So
first
flip
phase.
tackles are 20 damage as opposed to the 16 damage of the special.
And great job there in second phase. So he got bad luck there, but
Yeah.
that's okay because he did the flip tackles earlier, so he will probably still be able to get a 4-rounder.
Yep.
And there it is. Very nice, very fast 4-rounder. So he was able to negate the bad RNG that he got using the flip tackles, and now we're down to the final boss. It's
Yep.
Super Shredder.
Technodrome, the final shell shock.
And this is looking pretty good. This is going to definitely be a sub-20 run.
Yeah. So Final Shredder does have RNG, but you can manipulate him to an extent depending on your positioning.
Yeah, you want to get him up in the corner because, again, you want him to die at the top of the screen because he's going to jump over the railing. So you want that to happen as fast as possible. And we're coming up on time once
Once Raph walks towards the middle.
starts walking, and time. So it looks like 1935, which I was probably closer to a
It's
1930
actually,
because the timer
I think it's a
started.
sub 1930 because we
Yeah, I
started.
think it is. Yeah, we didn't have the timer started correctly,
That,
so
that-
that's
a good time, and
that
you're
is
not
very
banned
good.
from speedrunning, so congratulations.
Oh man,
And
yeah, there was some
Splash.
definite improvising happening. We got everything we really wanted, so
Yes.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
happy
you-
with a 1930.
Yeah, sub 20 is an excellent run for this game. So that was a great job, and especially with the wrong warp, which is a really tough trick, and getting the elevator skip, that was clutch.
All right. Well, thank you so much, DarkAlexandr, for showcasing that run for us, and thank you, Mike and Sinister, for providing some amazing commentary, giving us some insight onto that run. We're going to take it over to a quick break before we start up the next run, so I'll be back with you in a few minutes.